You know, your home has its own kind of circulatory system. That's not flesh and blood, of course. It's this hidden network of pipes, working silently, day in and day out, behind your walls and under your floors. But what happens when that vital system comes under attack from a force you can't even see?
And hey, I'm not talking about something simple like, hair in the drain. Think bigger. What do you think is the single most powerful, most destructive threat to your home's entire plumbing infrastructure?
Believe it or not, the answer is probably the last thing you'd think of. It's the ground your house is built on. Yeah, right now it could be in a slow, relentless battle against your pipes and your foundation.
To really see what this looks like, let's zoom in on a perfect example, the town of Live Oak, Texas. The plumbing headaches in this community, well, these shine a huge spotlight on challenges that could be happening under any of our homes right now, and we wouldn't even know it.
So, in Live Oak, the whole problem starts with the soil. It's built on what's called expansive clay. Now, don't think of it as solid ground. Think of it more like a giant, powerful sponge. When it gets wet, it swells up. When it's dry, it shrinks and cracks. And all that movement, it puts an incredible amount of pressure on the pipes buried inside, literally squeezing and shifting them until they just break. But that shifting soil, that's just one piece of the puzzle. It's really a perfect storm. In a place like Live Oak, that soil teams up with two other major culprits: seriously hard water and pipes that are just plain old.
And this brings us to that invisible enemy, hard water. It just means the water is loaded with minerals, mostly calcium and magnesium. You can't see them, but over time they build up inside your pipes, creating this rock-like scale. It's like cholesterol for your home's arteries. It slowly chokes off the water flow and can absolutely cripple your water heater, your dishwasher, you name it.
And then you've got the age factor. I mean, a lot of these homes still have their original plumbing from decades ago. We're talking old galvanized steel pipes that are literally rusting away from the inside out. And that leads to leaks, nasty, rusty water, and eventually a total system failure.
Okay, so with all these invisible forces at work, how can you possibly tell if your home is in trouble? Well, your house is actually talking to you all the time. It's giving you clues. You just have to know how to listen. Let's start outside, for example. You walk out in your yard, and there's this soggy, wet patch of grass. But it hasn't rained in days. It's so easy to just ignore that, right? But you really shouldn't. What's it trying to tell you? Well, that mysterious wet spot is a classic textbook sign of a slab leak. It means a water line buried deep under your home's concrete foundation has broken. And it's very likely a victim of that shifting soil we were just talking about. This is a big deal. It's not just a leak, it's a problem that can mess with the entire structure of your house.
All right, let's head inside. You go to turn on the shower and the water pressure is just pathetic. Or maybe you fill up a glass of water from the tap and it has this brownish, rusty color to it. These aren't just little annoyances, they are major red flags. These are the telltale signs of those old galvanized pipes giving up the ghost. The rust you see in your water, that's the pipe itself literally flaking away from the inside. It's getting into your water and it's clogging up the line, which is exactly why your water pressure is so terrible. And what about this one? We've all been there. The water in your sink or shower just takes forever to go down. You try pouring one of those chemical drain cleaners down there, and maybe it helps for a day or so, but then the problem comes right back. Yeah, that slow drain that keeps coming back is rarely just a simple clog. It's often a sign of something much bigger going on, like years of grease that's hardened inside the pipe. Or, and this is a big one, it could be tree roots that have actually cracked open your sewer line looking for water, creating a massive tangled blockage. So, you've spotted the clues, but what now? You can't just start knocking down walls to find the source. Fortunately, today's professionals have tools that let them see exactly what's wrong without turning your house into a construction zone. This is where modern tech is a total game changer. Plumbers don't have to guess anymore. They can send a tiny little video camera deep into your drain lines to see the blockage with their own eyes. Or they can use these super sensitive electronic listening devices to find the precise location of a hidden leak. It's like surgery. It's that precise. And once the problem is found, the repair process itself is pretty straightforward. It's not some big mystery. It all starts with a thorough assessment to make sure they know the root cause. Then comes the expert repair with the right tools and parts, and it always finishes with a follow-up to make sure the fix is solid and the problem is gone for good.
But let's be real, not all fixes are the same. A dripping faucet needs a totally different approach than a burst pipe flooding your basement. So let's quickly break down the different kinds of service you might need.
Professional plumbing services really boil down to three main categories. First, you've got your emergency repairs. The goal here is simple: stop the damage right now. Then you have planned installations and upgrades. This is for when you're remodeling or just want to improve your home. And finally, there's the one most people forget: maintenance. This is all about being proactive to stop those emergencies from ever happening in the first place.
And in the end, it all comes down to this one philosophy. A quick fix might patch up the symptom, but a real professional fixes the root cause. They don't just clear the clog you can see, they fix the corroded pipe or address the hard water so that the same problem doesn't just show up again in 6 months.
So, next time you're home, just listen. That gurgling drain, that drip you hear in the wall, that spot in the yard that's a little too green, your home is always communicating, sending out these subtle little warnings. The only question left is, are you paying attention to the story it's trying to tell you?